Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. It's your one and only Top G, the professional philosopher, here to drop some knowledge bombs on all you amateurs out there. Today, we're going to dive deep into the cave allegory. And yeah, you guessed it right. I'm going to give credit to none other than the OG Top G himself, Socrates. Now, before we get into it, I got to say, it's mind-boggling how many of you self-proclaimed philosophers out there think you know it all. Trust me, you're nothing more than novices in this vast world of profound wisdom. But hey, you're here to learn from the best, right? So buckle up, sit tight, and prepare to have your minds blown. All right, here's the deal with the cave allegory. Picture this. There's this bunch of folks trapped inside a dark, gloomy cave since they were little munchkins. They've been stuck there all their lives, chained up and unable to move their heads, forced to look at this wall in front of them. How sad is that, right? Now, behind these poor souls, there's a blazing fire casting shadows on the wall. And here's the kicker. Those shadows are the only things these prisoners have ever seen. They're clueless about the outside world. Their reality is limited to those flickering images. But wait, it gets even juicier. One day, one of these prisoners breaks free from the chains and makes his escape from the cave. He sees the light of the sun for the first time, and oh boy, it's an eye-opener. Suddenly, he realizes that those shadows were just a pale imitation of the real deal. Now, here's the lesson, my dear fans, and all you posers out there, pay attention. The cave represents the material world we live in, the world of appearances and illusions. Those prisoners stuck in the cave symbolize the ignorant masses who are blinded by their limited perspective. The escapee, the one who saw the light, he represents the enlightened few, the real philosophers like yours truly, Top G. We're the ones who break free from the chains of ignorance and seek higher truths. We rise above the illusions and strive for profound knowledge. But hold on, we're not done yet. As our brave escapee gets used to the bright sunlight, he begins to see the world as it truly is. And guess what? It ain't all sunshine and rainbows, folks. The real world can be harsh and overwhelming, but it's also the realm of true wisdom. And here comes the cherry on top of this philosophical sundae. Our enlightened friend, he decides to return to the cave. Oh yes, he goes back to tell his fellow prisoners about the outside world, about the sun and the real source of those shadows. But guess what? They don't believe him. They think he's delusional, that he's lost his marbles. And that's the sad reality of it all. The masses, they resist the truth, they cling to their comfortable illusions, and they reject the wisdom of the enlightened ones, the Socrates and the Top Gs of the world. So my dear warriors, next time you think you know it all, remember the cave allegory. Remember that there's a whole world of knowledge out there, waiting to be explored. Don't be content with shadows. Strive for the light of true wisdom. And with that, I'll drop the mic, because that's how we professionals do it. But before I go, let me remind you, you may never be Top G, but with enough dedication and humility, you might just become a better version of yourself. Keep pondering, keep questioning, and never settle for the shadows of ignorance. As the only Steve Jobs once said, stay hungry, stay foolish. Also, let me know in the comments section below, which of my friends would you want to hear from next? Jordan the Great Peterson, my favorite comedian in the world, the one and only Bill Burr, or the biggest troll master, the 45th president of US of America, Donald Trump. While you're at it, make your request for the topic too. Like little children, you need to be told everything. Pathetic.